Now, what was this was the first royal governor of the Bahamas? Back in the 15 and the 1400s, when Columbus discovered the island, he told them about the New World, which was the Bahamas and the Caribbean. So all of Mother England, those guys wanted to put their stamp on the island, so they sent down these governors to be in charge of the island. Now, you also had the pirates of the Caribbean who would come and try to invade the island and take over the island. And in those days, if you capture the governor, you capture the island. So you have to protect the governor. So they built these forts and all of those stuff. I'll give you the history on that. Now the Bahamas is made up of 700 islands, but they're not all inhabited. We have maybe about 60 that people live on every day. But this is New Providence, which is the capital, this is the mainland. This is where we have all our major infrastructure. Like the building straight here, you see these pink and white and green buildings? Yeah. This is our House of Parliament. This is where they make all the legislation laws in the Bahamas. There are also pictures of the guys who were very instrumental bringing the Bahamas to independence. Now, the Bahamas was a part of British until 1973. That's when we gained our independence. So we're a sovereign nation right now. We're still a part of the Commonwealth nation. So the Queen of England, she's still the Queen of the Bahamas. That's the House of Parliament. This is the House of Senate, which is the upper house. This other one here is the Supreme Court, which is the highest court on the land. But I told you we're still a part of the Commonwealth nation. So the last court of appeal in the Bahamas is called the Privy Council. That's in England. They're ruled by the Lords. That monument you see there, that's to commemorate all the folks who fought in World War I and II. So every October, we will recognize all the veterans. The octagon-looking building there used to be the first jailhouse in the Bahamas. It was built back in 1873.
The first jailhouse?
This one?
The first one, this one right here?
Yeah, this one to your left. The octagon-looking. It was the first jailhouse. But in 1873, but over the years, the guys got a little bit too bad, so they had to build a bigger prison. So now they turn it into a public library. Hopefully they'll read up on some stuff and change from their wicked ways. Over here to your right, this building was built back in 1799. It's a very old building. Now the Bahamas is made up of coral and limestone. You see how the book look all gritty? That's limestone. It's not a hard stone, but it sucks water. So it lasts a very long time. Don't mind it looking old like that. That's how it is. That's how the design of it. It's called limestone. Now, tourism is the #1 industry in the Bahamas. So every year we have anywhere from 6 to 7 million visitors who come to the Bahamas. So we rely on tourism. 70% of every dollar that's made comes from tourism in the Bahamas. Now, our second largest industry is banking. In the Bahamas, we are the third largest offshore banking in the world. Only Cayman and Switzerland is bigger. See, in the Bahamas, we don't have to pay taxes. You guys got a lot of money, you try to duck Uncle Sam and all those guys. We bring it this way, and we'll take care of it for you. Our third largest industry is fishing. We're surrounded by water, so we have very rich fishing ground. Now the big building straight ahead here is our central bank of the Bahamas. That makes all the rules and regulations pertaining to banking in the Bahamas. The very old church was built back in 1810. The Annual Presbyterian Church is a very old architecture.
I wasn't good with no AC. I would have paid for it.
They say it began independent from British until from 1973. Now while I'm driving, guys, don't be alarmed. You can see that it's the first time on the island. In the Bahamas, we drive on the left. So if you ever come to the Bahamas and you want to drive, I'll give you a little tip. The left side is the right side. The right side is suicide. So if you keep that in mind, you'll have no problem. Now you guys are from Boston, you have a lot of snow. These guys from Miami, they see the tropical weather like us. So the Bahamas, it never snows. So everything is always evergreen. So you always have a nice beautiful flowers and all that stuff around the year.
Year round?
Year round. That's why they call it Paradise. Now, this building here is what we call is the government's mansion. Now the Governor General, he's a representative of the Queen of England. Seeing that she's still our queen, you must have a representative, and we call it the Governor General. There's also a statue of Christopher Columbus. He discovered the Bahamas in 1492. Yeah. Now the Governor General, I call him the party guy. Why? Because he's the guy that meets all the heads of states and all the dignitaries that come to town. And once you make a courtesy call on the Governor General, they have a party, and that's every other day. So the guy is always having a party. So if you're not a party guy, you cannot be the Governor General. Now the Governor General is just a figurehead. The Prime Minister runs the country. He's in charge. He's the Alpha, the Omega. He have all the say. He can wake up tomorrow in the morning and in a bad mood, and he can tell the Governor General, okay, you're not the Governor General anymore. She is. No one can do anything with it. He has all the power. This flag, that's our national flag. Symbols, Bahama, the black are for the people, the blue are the pretty aquamarine, and the yellow is for the sunshine. This is all the downtown area. There were all a lot of old buildings. This is have a lot of historic meanings. I bet you have to break them down. Some of them look bad. Now you can't have, this is McDonald's. You cannot have a city without a McDonald's and a donkey doing it. This is how a donkey doing it. The building over here to your right is called the Hilton British Colonial, which is the oldest hotel in the Bahamas. It was built back in 1899. But over the years, they gave it a facelift. Now,
you think we could have walked us all this?
See all the palm trees in front of the yard? In the Bahamas, we have 101 different species of palm trees. But the most popular palm is the coconut palm. We also cannot have a city without a McDonald's, so this is our national McDonald's.
We can walk and somebody could try to take us too. Oh, look, McDonald's. It looks different.
Trying so hard. If the guy comes to Bahamas, you would need to run for refuge. That's the U.S. Embassy right there. Right there. That's where you run for cover.
Right here?
But hopefully you know how to get to that.
Gotta pass that thing.
Now a lot of folks when they come down to the Bahamas, they're surrounded by water because they hit the beaches. Now we have a rule in the Bahamas. Every beach in the Bahamas is a public beach. I don't care where it's at. Now you might go over to Atlantis. They don't want you to walk through the hotel to the beach, but they must have a public access to get to the beach. But they don't own the beach. They don't own the water line. They don't own a part of the water line. So you can go to any beach whenever you want to go. You got Fat Tuesdays out there. You also have the Segway. You want to ride the Segways? They go to your Segway and just chill out. Now when you go to the beaches in the Bahamas, they give you a little warning. But the guys themselves a $20 coconut drink. They tell you don't think, just drink. So a lot of people take heed. So when you look, you're on the beach sitting there relaxing, having some coconut drinking from Bahama Mama. And your ship is passing, you're going. It happens every day. 2 months ago, I warn you, take your time with that. Having that much fun. But this one is called Jungle. We just close to your ship. You have to walk right through it. The name Jungle, that's our national culture. That's what we celebrate Jungle. Goat skins, cowbells, whistles, and all. Party in the street.